The myth is basically a story from elder times, from ancient times. I repeat it. The myth is more or less a story from the ancient times, and it is transferred into for the latest days coming. And I think I repeat it again, huh?
One, two, three, four, five.
5, 6, 7.
Le biceps.
Alex.
1, 2, 3, pizza mandolino.
My first hero definitely was nobody else than my father, and this was him as a person who brought me to the mountains, who showed me how adventurous these mountains are.
Actually, my first myth was my grandfather. I was raised with him, and I was really looking up to him as something really special. But one of the most important persons that I could even start my career was definitely my godfather.
Then I met Hans-Jörg Auer, and he was kind of a big hero for me.
My myth when I was younger was a mountain guide and a friend. His name was Peter Meyer.
My first myth is Manolo.
I met this guy here, Lance, who became my climbing coach. It was pretty funny.
My first myth was absolutely my grandpa. He raised me among the cotton fields and the orange trees in Egypt.
One of my heroes at the time, being a child, was Robin Hood, and my grandfather, he was building bows. And so we spent weeks in the mountains just shooting with a bow and arrow and just hiking, being there.
And one time I remember he asked me to just come with him, to just belay him on an alpine route, and I had no experience at all.
He was the one that introduced me to climbing, that took me to the climbing gym, and that's how it all started.
He was always like super positive. He was always smiling, and I was really shy. And I remember that I really hoped that he would like start talking to me and showing me like what to do, how to climb.
The ascent of my first 4,000-meter peak with the age of 11 years is definitely one of the most memorable climbs in my life. And with his, let me say, guidance, he made it possible for me to overcome my own doubts and to make it happen.
At this time I was maybe 11 or 12 and I was really cocky and arrogant. I had realized that I really liked climbing, and I told him that he was going to read about me in magazines one day. I said something stupid like this.
Climbing for Manolo, it's mostly dancing on the wall, because I think the same thing. I look for aesthetic wall and for the beauty of the rocks. Not only the grade and the difficulty.
He taught me that the nature that surrounds us has a soul, so we have to respect it, as it provides to give us a clean air. And he taught me to live in harmony with the environment.
Basically, life is always risky. Life is basically dangerous. On the other side, we all know it. Being up there, it's just so great. It just gives you such a rich experience that it's really hard to avoid being up there.
That's it. It's okay. Perfect.
Good? Super.
Super, super.
Super, super.